For Google services, you have a choice of what information is collected, and we make it transparent. We give clear toggles by category where users can decide whether that information is collected, stored, or more importantly, if they decide to stop using it, which is categorically untrue. The Associated Press confirmed back in August after an investigation that Google is tracking the location of its users even when the location tracking option is turned off. Quote, this is from their investigation. An Associated Press investigation found that many Google services on Android devices and iPhones store your location data even if you've used a privacy setting that says it will prevent Google from doing so. Even with the option to pause location history turned off, some Google apps automatically store timestamped location data without asking. They do it on the maps. When you open up the map app on your phone, it takes a snapshot of your location, even if you've opted out. When you check the daily weather updates, it records your conversation, even if you've opted out. And it also stores and pinpoints your precise latitude and longitude down to a single square foot when you perform a Google search. For example, if you're searching for a product or a service in your local area, it notes, it records, it tracks your location, even if you opt out. That was confirmed by the Associated Press back in August. Pichai is up there lying about it today. That is perjury, because he claims that they don't track you if you opt out, when, as the AP proved, they do. We're back for the final segment of the fourth hour of the Alex Jones Show. Before we get back into the news, I want to remind you again of the great mega sale at InfoWarsStore.com. It is the 12 Days of Christmas sale, currently on day 9 at InfoWarsStore.com, where you can get up to 75% off a ton of great products with free shipping and double Patriot points. And we've got several 24-hour specials, which we launch every day as part of this great discount offer. You get a free T-shirt with every order. Today, the free T-shirt is We Are All Alex Jones, the anti-censorship T-shirt. Again, that is free with every single order. And today only, the featured special is 60% off Alpha Power, which is, of course, the proprietary formula that works with the body's natural systems to help bring you alpha male vitality and energy. Get that at 60% off right now. Other products, 75% off. Double Patriot points, free shipping, and a free T-shirt. Stock up in time for Christmas today by getting the great products at InfoWarsStore.com and supporting this network, which is obviously, as you've seen, is under constant attack. InfoWarsStore.com. Regarding the situation in Strasbourg, France, where a gunman has attacked a Christmas market, still on the run, motive unknown, President Macron has cut short a major reception at the Elysee Palace to attend Strasbourg. They're now saying 1 dead, 9 wounded. The gunman, again, has not been apprehended. The city's on lockdown. Other reporters on Twitter are saying that there have been several parallel gun attacks in Strasbourg. That's not confirmed, but some verified users on Twitter are claiming that there have been several different attacks. Hopefully that's not the case, because the injured toll, the death toll, is only going to rise, unfortunately. Others say that there are now 3 killed and 11 wounded, but again, that's not confirmed. But the death toll, unfortunately, as it always does, is rising in Strasbourg. France, again, they reported earlier that the attack was on a group of military soldiers. Why we need military soldiers protecting Christmas markets? Well, I think you know the answer to that, but they suggest that they may have been targeted. So it may have been a terror attack, but we don't know. We don't have all the information yet. Now, of course, Alex Jones and Roger Stone are there in DC confronting big tech, confronting Sundar Pichai, who's lied to Congress once again about Google tracking the location of users. He said, quote, this is his quote today, "For Google services, you have a choice of what information is collected, and we make it transparent. We give clear toggles by category where users can decide whether that information is collected, stored, or more importantly, if they decide to stop using it," which is categorically untrue. The Associated Press confirmed back in August after an investigation that Google is tracking the location of its users even when the location tracking option is turned off. Quote, this is from their investigation. An Associated Press investigation found that many Google services on Android devices and iPhones store your location data, even if you've used a privacy setting that says it will prevent Google from doing so. Even with the option to pause location history turned off, some Google apps automatically store timestamped location data without asking. They do it on the maps. When you open up the map app on your phone, it takes a snapshot of your location, even if you've opted out. When you check the daily weather updates, it records your conversation, even if you've opted out. And it also stores and pinpoints your precise latitude and longitude down to a single square foot when you perform a Google search. For example, if you're searching for a product or a service in your local area, it notes, it records, it tracks your location, even if you opt out. That was confirmed by the Associated Press back in August. Pichai is up there lying about it today. That is perjury, because he claims that they don't track you if you opt out, when, as the AP proved, they do. Google CEO denies company's political bias. Again, that came out even before the hearing. And again, it's complete baloney. Top Dem, Google censorship claims complete fantasy. That is Nadler, who of course is funded by Google. They've got a representative up in front basically shilling for Google, despite the fact that he received $31,000 in donations from Alphabet Inc., Google's parent company. So they're lying about that too, because we can flash back to numerous articles. The good censor, remember this one out of Breitbart? They got the leaked videotape where Google admitted discussing abandonment of free speech for safety and civility. That was an internal company memo where they talked about gaming their own algorithm to bury things such as things related to Donald Trump's travel ban, which is also featured in the Daily Caller article about this, which came out a couple of weeks ago. Google debated gaming search results to bury conservative media. In fact, that one was out of InfoWars. And again, they talked about certain search terms. They would game their own algorithm to list certain results above others to manipulate people. Again, this is a company that can shift, that can manipulate millions and millions of votes on an election day. They've proven to have bias before. A new article out of Breitbart today shows this once again. Google employees sought to block Breitbart ads. This was immediately after the election. Google employees sought to block Breitbart from Google AdSense less than 1 month after President Donald Trump took office. So they talked about strangling, financially sabotaging Breitbart right after the election, again, because of their political bias. Again, as with InfoWars and Alex Jones, they talked about using the vague blanket term hate speech to take down Breitbart from Google AdSense, which of course makes up the majority of the online advertising market, basically. So again, we've proven time after time, yes, they do have a bias. Nadler's lying about it. Pichai's lying about it. They're all lying about it, and nobody bats an eyelid. Meanwhile, in Europe, Pew survey out of 27 nations polled 0 want more immigrants to move to their country. Across the country surveyed, a median of 45% said fewer or no immigrants should be allowed to move to their country, while 36% said they want about the same number of immigrants, and only 14% of the median average said their country should allow more immigrants. So every time you ask European citizens, they do not want more immigration, which is why it's absolutely insane that a bunch of governments, not all, thankfully, have signed this UN Migration Pact, which basically makes it a human right for migrants to illegally migrate to European countries, and actually censors criticism of mass immigration. They say it's not legally binding. But again, this is the policy that they're moving towards, which is encapsulated by this quote out of, this is a Breitbart article, bureaucrat nominated to be next EU chief. He says, uniting Europe with Africa is a matter of destiny. This is Franz Timmermans, who is expected to be the next EU Commission president. He insists that the continent uniting with Africa is a matter of destiny. That mirrors the rhetoric that came out of France and Macron a few months ago, where he said the goal was to turn Europe into Eurabia by accepting immigration, not just from Africa, but from the Middle East too. But again, the majority of European citizens in every single survey do not want that, and that's part of the reason why the Yellow Vests were out on the streets over the past 4 weekends protesting against this. Are they finally going to listen to the cries of these people who've been abandoned by globalism, whose living standards are going through the roof? Meanwhile, migrants are pouring in and getting on benefits which their tax dollars, their tax euros, I should say, pay for. Meanwhile, in Sweden, Father arrested for beating burglar who took his 7-year-old son hostage with a gun. Basically what happened, a burglar broke into his house, grabbed his 7-year-old boy, stuck a gun in his mouth. The father came in, basically beat up the burglar, as he should have done, as he should have had the complete right to do. The police arrived, and they arrested not just the burglar, but the father too. They literally arrested him for defending his home and potentially saving his own son's life. That's an example of what's going on in Sweden. Meanwhile, the number of German gun licenses more than doubles during migrant crisis. And this has been going on for a while. But it's peaked this year. German authorities issued more than 600,000 weapons licenses, representing an increase of 130% since 2014, according to the latest figures. So basically, Germans are seeing the spike in crime. Violent crime has gone up significantly in Germany over the past couple of years. And according to the German government's own statistics, 90%, 90 of that rise in violent crime in Germany is attributable to migrants. So German people are responding by arming themselves where there are at least still some provisions of home protection, of self-protection. They can still buy tear gas and mace and things like that, which you cannot buy in countries like the United Kingdom because you're not allowed to defend your own home. Macron concedes anger over mass immigration must be acknowledged. Again, we had the giant protest this weekend. He said, finally, despite basically opening up the borders to more migration, that mass immigration and the consequences that have been wrought on France as a result of that, as we talk about a potential terror attack in Strasbourg on a Christmas market, that those concerns need to be addressed and that France must tackle the question of immigration, despite the fact that he personally has opened the borders and made the situation immeasurably worse. That's going to wrap it up for the fourth hour. Coming up, War Room. Don't go away. Breaking news at Infowars.com.
In the last few months, Infowars has been escalating our sales to clear out inventory of many of our best-selling items. And then I came up with the idea last week. Let's not just extend the sale of free shipping store-wide, 50 to 75% off, double Patriot points. Let's extend that sale, but also add a free gift with every order. Even if it's a tube of fluoride-free colloidal silver iodine fortified super blue that we make like $3 on at this sale, you'll get a free gift of a best-selling t-shirt while supplies last. And what I mean by that is everyone will get a t-shirt, but these are going to be selling out. So whatever you order that day, there'll be the shirt of the day that's there until it sells out. And then there'll be another shirt that goes up for the next group of orders. So in the next 12 days, we are going to have, beyond any other sale we've ever had, the free gift. So this is a loss leader. We are losing money on this, but we're going to help fund ourselves because we won't get hit with the inventory taxes, federal and state. Everybody says Texas doesn't have income tax. I love my state, but if you got a business and a company here and you got merchandise, BS. It's big. It's bad. So we are clearing everything out so that we have the funds to go at least a few months into next year. You know, they've been trying to shut us down, but you've been supporting us. So to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, this is the best deal ever. Store-wide free shipping, that's been going on for over a month. The 50 to 75% off, that's been going on for a couple of weeks. The double Patriot points, that's been happening in about a week. Now, for the next 12 days of Christmas, every day a free gift on top of it and special mega sales every day. Infowarsstore.com, InfowarsLife.com, or 888-253-3139. This is our biggest sale ever. Get your free gift, your free shipping, everything, and don't fight the crowds at Infowarsstore.com. And for myself and the Infowars family, God bless you, and thank you for your support.